way.
Wait, how did you?
I teleported. That's impossible. John!
It's my dream role. I get to have superpowers, I get to do a bunch of action, while still having this incredible character and character-driven story. The character's, you know, it's proper dark. It's a nice amount of darkness without getting, you know, too gritty and too weird and out there. It feels like it feels like what would happen if somebody did have these superpowers that were starting to appear.
I think everything about this character really appealed to me because I feel like a lot of women would love to be strong and have superpowers and have two guys sort of fighting over her, and that's what we do.
That's what intrigues me especially, because even though it's kind of it's a sci-fi show and there's special effects and all kinds of superhuman stuff going on, when it's all said and done, it's about the human relationships between people and loyalty and belonging and things that I think that every teenager will relate to, and parents who have troubled teens that are going through periods like this where, you know, where we're doing it literally with superpowers, but, you know, there are kids that don't fit and don't belong and are trying to find their niche in the world, and this has a lot to do with that.
It doesn't exist, and even if it did, you're sure as hell never gonna see it.
Steven, how are you doing that? I don't know. Get us out. Now.
We got a little bit of training for the pilot, for the fight scenes in that, and the action's not really stopping in the series, so we've already had some pretty full-on fight training and scenes to shoot, and yeah.
And it feels like that's going to be the norm. Like we thought, okay, you train for when you have a fight scene, but I think what's really going to wind up happening is we're just in training constantly, so that when we do the fight scenes, it's an easier transition.
We've got incredible fight choreographers and stunt choreographers, and they make sure we're ready to go for every episode. We've got, you know, whenever we have the hours to spare, they've got us prepared and are preparing for the fight that episode or the stunt that episode or even for the next episode.
We meet them in the pilot, and they're pretty much already together. So as we get to know the characters more, we will find out sort of how they came to be together.
Yeah, the extent of their relationship.
Right, and more about what the dynamic is.
Most of the main characters are I hope, likable in some way. You know, even, you know, the bad guy, Jedediah, he's got a purpose, you know, and he's got a point of view, and I think that's the beauty of it. Like, you kind of watch it and go, well, there's no one that really stands out as being the good guy. Like, everyone's got their flaws and everyone's got their pros, and so I think that dynamic will be interesting because the audience will just, like, they'll pick and choose who they want to root for.
I'd watch it for Mark. I was a big Lost fan. If the second I knew he was on it, I would have been on board.
I'd watch it for you. Yeah. And it's not just because I'm nominating you for Sexiest Man either. Like I said, I think the dynamics, you know, of loyalty and family and love, I think those things are really, really great, you know, powerful storytelling elements, and I think that's what, you know, in the end is what really, really attracts people to shows like that.
Yes, it is a show with fantastic superpowers and fantastic situations, but if it doesn't feel like it's grounded in real life, it's tough to get on board. So it just kind of makes it easier every week to have these real life situations and just, you know, get to play with superpowers at the same time.